What is up, everyone? Today's video, I just kind of wanted to be a little bit upfront with you. I know that, it comes up in streams a lot where people bring up players I don't really want to talk about, but recently, or not recently, of the past like a couple years, I have wanted to make content about like my favorite X moments or like my favorite timeouts, which is the video that will come out first, or like my favorite tournament runs and stuff like that. And it has always been difficult for me to make those. My cat is bothering me, sorry, that's why I'm looking down to this. Hi, Leica. And it's been difficult for me to want to make those because most of them, if not all of them, involve band players. Obviously, I'm sure most of you watching know that there's like a shit ton of band players. And it's been difficult for me to make that type of content. I mean, I know I made like one good run video and it involved band players and I kind of just like breezed past them, but it's difficult. It is hard to do that without kind of removing some of like the oomph of a situation, right? Like, I don't like talking about these people, obviously. I mean, for me personally, right, to get a little behind the, oh my god, the sun came out. It's so bright. I literally have a light on and the sun is so much brighter. There we go, clouds. Thank you, clouds. Like it's just in my lap. No. It has definitely affected my trust in people because, I mean, so many of these people I've been surrounded by since I was super young, right? Like, not in a way that I was like a victim or anything because I'm older than most of these people, but you know, a lot of people that I grew up around, that I became an adult around, that I, was an adult around, and then they were doing terrible things that I had no idea, right? And it's really affected my ability to trust people because I've known some of these people for years and years and years. Some I'd gotten closer to, at the very least, like someone like Waddy, who I'm just like, oh, sick, awesome. Like, we were on the same team, buddy, sick, awesome. And it's been hard for me to want to talk about them because it hurts, right? It hurts knowing that so many of the people that I considered my friends, at the very least my acquaintances and my contemporaries, right, that they would do terrible shit, right? It sucks. It's really hurtful, and it's hard for me to trust people. It's been hard for me to make friends over the past 6 or 7 years or so. Like I do, especially now with like Pokemon, but like in the Smash scene, it's hard because especially after everything, I feel like responsibility to like make sure stuff like this doesn't happen again. So I'm always kind of alert and I'm always kind of on guard. Granted, I don't go to as much anymore. So like it's not as common, but like either way, like there would be a lot of that type of stuff, just trying to make sure things are good, which is like, fine and normal. Like that's what you're supposed to do. I like it. But yeah, I mean, I've wanted to make content about the history of things, right? Like long-standing history, because I've been in the scene 5 ever, right? That's longer than 4 ever. And, a lot of the people that did terrible stuff, I mean, not all of them, because there are a lot of people that did bad things that were like not super notable, but a lot of the notable people that got banned have been notable for a long time, right? I mean, there were like top 1, top 3, top 5, top 10 players that did bad shit, right? And it's hard to decouple the history of Smash from those people because they kind of are the history of Smash, right? And not even just the players, but then also the commentators, right? Where it's like, oh, sick, that moment is commentated by this bad person and this bad person and this bad person. And it's been really difficult. Kind of want to make content about it, but also I've been really nostalgic about the history of stuff. And like, I've gone back personally and watched like my favorite moments of myself. And it still feels bad when people are commentating it, or my opponents. I'm just like, oh man, I can't really talk about that because this person's banned. And that's the mindset that I've had about that kind of stuff for a while. But I feel like it's been kind of making me stagnant and not wanting to talk about it. And also not talking about it has kind of not helped me move on. I mean, therapy has helped, but it still feels icky for like this part of me, right? And I don't think it's ever going to not feel icky because it's still weird knowing that people I considered my friends did a bunch of bad shit. And a lot of them. It's not even like it was like, oh, a couple of people. It's like a lot of people, which is awful. And it's been rough because I didn't want to put their faces in videos and put their name or like their stuff in thumbnails and titles and stuff because I don't want to use their likeness as a way for me to make money because this is my job, right? Because that also feels icky, right? Like I don't want to talk, like I'm not really like a drama person. I've not really made videos about drama because it's like, well, I'm not the person involved in situations, so I don't want to like make content about situations that don't involve me to make money off of it, which is weird, right? Like I don't like doing that. And so that's part of the reason I haven't really made that type of content, because I don't want to make it seem like, oh, I'm going to use these players that people are going to comment on because they're banned and they're blah, 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 and there's going to be drama in my comment section, and that's going to make my views go up, because that sucks, right? Like, that's really icky. I don't like making that type of content. I don't really like watching that type of content. Like, I think it's just like a way to make money off of other people's, you know, misery and drama, which I think is personally irresponsible. But like, it's been difficult for me to really use my like breadth of knowledge about Smash, talking about important moments in history, talking about the importance of a bunch of other stuff in Smash, because it's like, cool, well, the context of that is with this band player, and this band player, and this band player beat this band player, and then those people got upset by Renai, or something like that, right? And it's been really, really difficult, because I think that history of Smash is important, right? Like, it is important. It's very funny, really quick side tangent. Like, it's very funny, part of the conversation of just like, why Japan is so much better than North America. It's like, because 3 or 5 of our top, like, 10 players got banned. Of course they're going to be ahead when we lost our super top players going into the next round of the pandemic, right? Like, losing Ally, losing Nairo, those are big deals because they were both top 5, right? It was like Leo, Tweak, Nairo, Ally, I forget, Samsora, who also got banned for a long time. 3 of our top 5 players got banned. That's a lot. That's a big chunk of people. So then, yeah, and especially when Leo and Tweak like don't do great versus Steve, big deal, right? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to want to talk about that. Like, right, even then saying their names is like icky to me, just because I don't really like mentioning them. Also, I don't like mentioning them just because, like, I feel like people will just create drama where there is none, or like talk about things that are irrelevant to whatever content I'm making just because it mentions them, which I also don't really like. But I feel like I've been wanting to make a lot of videos that involve the history of Smash, that involve high-profile matches, and unfortunately a lot of the high-profile matches involve people that were high-profile at the time, which are banned people. So I just kind of wanted to give a heads up that that's happening. I'll be putting like disclaimers and everything in like every video that I have. It's like, hey, this, by the way, is going to mention banned players. So like, if you want to avoid them, like skip to these timestamps or whatever. But I think I'm probably more sensitive to it than most of my viewers, just because those are people I knew, as opposed to, I mean, a lot of Smash Ultimate fans are people that literally started playing after all these people got banned, or like paying attention after these people got banned. So they're just like, oh, like the legend of blank. And they're not really like, oh, well, I looked up to this person. I, you know, was their subscriber. I was their blah, 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 blah. I've met them in person. Like, a lot of the people actually aren't like that. So I think I'm definitely more sensitive to it than others, just because it's like, well, I knew these people. They were my friend. Apparently didn't know them too well, right? But like, they were my friends. And it feels weird to talk about them without highly denouncing them. But also, that's like a lot of effort in like a random video about like my favorite timeout games of all time. Like, it's weird to spend like a minute being like, hey, these people suck. But I will be giving disclaimers in those videos. Hello to the sun. But I feel like I do want to make that type of content, because me ignoring a bunch of that history not only is worse for me personally, but I feel like does a disservice to the stories that Smash has. And I guess you can let me know if you agree or disagree down in the below. That's not trying to, like, that's at genuine. I will be reading these comments because I'm curious as to what people think or say, because I think that, you know, audience opinion is fair when it comes to this type of thing. So, like, I'm going to be preemptively working on a video that involves banned players, but like, if a bunch of people don't want it, then I probably will just scrap the video. And yeah, I appreciate you listening and watching. I mean, sometimes I just like to ramble sometimes about I feel like a lot of people like thinking or like listening to my internal like process type of thing. So I wanted to make this video just to kind of explain stuff, so it's not just like suddenly a huge pivot. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna make that type of content all the time, but it's just like content I want to make that I don't, because I feel bad about it. But I just kind of wanted to try getting over it a little bit, and, you know, not treating everything like it's the boogeyman, because, like, yeah, bad stuff has happened, but that doesn't mean that there isn't good that existed when they existed in the scene, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. I'm not going to promo anything. I'm just going to say, not even an end screen, I take this seriously. Bye-bye.